Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with yet another Bethesda News Roundup video. Only today, instead of talking about a bunch of news, I'm mainly going to talk about what the majority of the Bethesda community is talking about, because Bethesda low-key gave us kind of an update regarding Starfield yesterday, and I believe that even though this update in itself isn't exactly an update, I think there is still a lot more information and stuff to take away from this Bethesda statement regarding Starfield. And in case you haven't noticed, no, I didn't make a random joke at the beginning of today's video, but don't worry, because I did order a bunch of stuff to improve my video quality, because one of the things that has been lacking in my opinion is just the overall vibe and aesthetic from my actual video here with me in the video, not like my video editing, but just the portion with my webcam. So I'm going to be improving my video quality a bit here. You'll see what I'm talking about. I already ordered this stuff and it should be here within a few days, so at some point soon I'm going to be blocking out some of the light, improving the lighting situation and making it better in general, and just having better overall video stuff. And then eventually I do want to get a better webcam as well, but you're going to see some big improvement over my videos in the weeks, or I guess the days to come. But either way, let's not waste any more time and break down what I want to talk about in today's video. So this is the statement I'm talking about. I'm sure a lot of you have known about this already. I would have covered it in yesterday's video, but I already was in the process of editing and uploading yesterday's video while this happened, so I figured I'd break it down today and maybe allow a little bit more time to occur for other people to maybe try to find anything else related to this that they could find, or maybe for Bethesda to talk about Starfield more, because like I was saying over the last week or so, I am expecting, and I did hear that Bethesda will be promoting Starfield and showcasing Starfield more this year, and we're already seeing some of that happening right now, because out of nowhere Bethesda is finally saying Starfield exists again. And on top of that, they're actually running a big contest right now where you can design a character in Starfield, where you can design Skullzi in Starfield, because that's what I would do and that's what you should do as well if you win this contest. I'm just joking, but I would really appreciate it. Joking again. But you can see that Bethesda Game Studios' statement here is, we're delighted to provide the opportunity to design a character for Starfield to one lucky winner, as well as an Xbox Series X and a bunch of games. And you can see that this auction is to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation right here, and that's super amazing, because first of all, it's great that Bethesda is doing more charity work, and second of all, Bethesda made a statement about Starfield, and third of all, if you partake in this auction and you support the Make-A-Wish Foundation by taking part in this Even of Wishes Hope from Home auction right here, it seems like Bethesda will choose one lucky winner at random to design a character for Starfield and to get an Xbox Series X and a bunch of games, probably Starfield as well. And I think this is super hype, and the community no doubt has been going crazy about this, because for the first time in a long time, Bethesda mentioned that Starfield still exists. And on top of that, there is low-key a lot more to take away from this statement right here than I think a lot of people may realize. Sure, there's people in the community like taking this statement and going crazy with it, but to be honest, if you look at this from more of a technical perspective and try to like imagine things behind the scenes and how this would all work, it's almost certainly proof that Starfield is not only going to come out this year, but that we're going to hear about it at some point soon. And I have a few reasons that I want to bring up to support my claim, but remember that this is all speculation. I can't actually prove whether or not that this links to a Starfield release date in 2021 one way or another, so take all of my estimations and stuff as speculation. But either way, this is what I think about this statement. First of all, judging by statements made by Bethesda regarding this, you will be making this character within like 3 months, and I'm assuming you're going to be working with the art team to do this. I don't know how much access you're actually going to have to creating the character yourself. I don't know if Bethesda is going to allow you to sit down in a character creation engine and make a character. That would probably be the easiest way to do it, to be honest, and if they're going to allow a person to see Starfield before it's released, even in a low-key character creation way, the game would almost have to certainly be finished, because if this person was seeing the game in a totally crappy state, even though Bethesda would tell them that it's not in a finished state yet, it would still look bad in terms of Bethesda. And on top of this, if they're allowing you to randomly win the right to create a character and get all these prizes and all this stuff, they're not gonna like tell you you won and hit you up and be like, hey, great news, I'm shaking you to tell you you're great news, you won, you're gonna get to create a Starfield character in 2 years when the game is ready to release. That's not gonna happen. Obviously, even in the statements here, it says they're going to hit you up and you're going to make this character within a few months. So even if you make that character within a few months, you're not going to like have to wait years to see it. The game's going to come out this year because I think just in terms of all the publicity or negative publicity that could go down with this gift here, if you don't actually get to see your character in game for a long time, that would be kind of ridiculous. And before you compare it to Shirley Curry and The Elder Scrolls 6, that's a totally different situation. The Elder Scrolls 6 is a lot earlier in development than Starfield, and them putting her in the game is because of a fan petition. That way she can be in the game just in case the game doesn't come out, when she is up there. She's one of the most experienced in age of the Bethesda gaming community, to say it nicely, and who knows when Test 6 is going to come out. It could be years upon years. She's worried she may not get to play it, so the community made a big petition so Bethesda would make her an NPC in the game, and that's why that happened. That's a totally different situation with different rhetoric than this contest right here. So you can't compare the two and say that Test 6 is years away, so Starfield can be too. This competition is a lot more high profile and is an actual, like, it's not a competition, I guess I shouldn't refer to it as a competition. It's like a raffle or something. You randomly get chosen to make your character, so I don't know what you'd consider that. A contest, whatever. But either way, I think that if they're going to have you make your character within a few months, you're not going to be waiting years upon years to see it in game. And on top of this, like I've been saying in other videos, sorry if I'm talking too fast, I'm super excited because we finally are getting into that Starfield marketing scheme, and that has me super hyped, which is the next point I kind of want to segue over. This is the beginning of the 2021 Starfield marketing scheme. Or to be honest, 2020 was the beginning, when Bethesda had all these different employees on Twitter suddenly wearing Starfield merchandise out in the open. When that kind of stuff happens, there was some kind of decision to agree to allow that to happen, and why would that ever be agreed to happen if they don't want the publicity to low-key start ramping up for Starfield? This is another sign of that, and according to some insiders, we're going to get even more Starfield teases in March, and in my opinion, what I think is going to happen is we're going to get some big Starfield teasers in May as well, and then the June gameplay and reveal showcase for Starfield also at E3 this year, and I am so hyped for that because this is already a sign, or at least more of a confirmable sign, that Starfield is coming this year, because we all know that Bethesda Game Studios doesn't ever usually start showcasing or talking about their games until the year they're usually released. That E3 2018 Starfield teaser and Test 6 teaser was an anomaly that shouldn't be considered a part of the regular Bethesda pattern, but either way, I think that this is definitely a sign that not only is the Starfield marketing campaign ramping up and going to get more and more like mainstream and commonplace as the months go on here in 2021, but I think this is low-key more of a sign or a small piece of evidence that Starfield is going to release this year as well. That's everything I have to take away from this. I'm super excited, so I try to contain my thoughts into a less crazy and more digestible manner, because I don't write script for these videos. I just memorize everything, I study everything, it's all in my head. This is my life, so I know most of it anyway, so I hope my rambles weren't too ramble-damble for you all today. But either way, that's everything I want to talk about in today's video, except for look, YouTube also thinks Starfield is going to come out in 2021. That's interesting. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on. And if you want to help grow the channel and the community, be sure to share the content, share the channel, share the videos, get people to subscribe, because the YouTube algorithm really doesn't help grow channels that are underneath 100,000 subscribers. YouTube algorithm, whatever. Either way, huge thank you to people who have been sharing my content, because the channel has been growing a lot faster because of you. Thank you very much. It is highly appreciated. And speaking of appreciation, huge shout out to these amazing people for going above and beyond to bring you content like this. If you want to get your name added to this list and get a permanent future video shout out, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. Links for all this and more are down in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when the hype is assuming direct control. Okay, here I am saying it again.
It just works.